There.
We're live.
What are you talking about? We're not live.
We're live.
Just kidding, we're live. On tonight's episode, we're breaking down the we're not doing that. On tonight's episode, we're honoring Robert Redford. We have a trailer for the Anaconda reboot, and it's not what we were expecting in the best possible way. Marvel vs. DC hits comic store shelves, and we're recommending comics you need no prior knowledge or insight to be able to enjoy. So stick around because your fandom awaits. I didn't get anybody with any gotcha journalism. You're welcome. Fantasies of God, fantasies. Welcome back to the place where we think all the deep thoughts about all the shallow things. Welcome back to the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. All right, settle down, everybody. If this is your first time joining us, we take the weekly geeky zeitgeist and make it accessible and digestible. We'll deep dive into the latest movies, TV, gaming, comics, or whatever weird thing the internet is fighting about now, and nerdsplain it to the best of our abilities anyways. So no nerdy background necessary to hang out, whether you're a total newbie or a level 99 pop culture wizard. Myself and my panel of nerdsplainers have a PhD in pop culture in order to be your geeky guides to discovering what kind of nerd you really are. So welcome to the gateway to all things nerdy, no gatekeeping allowed. Welcome to the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. This week, my Nerdcast Council, my panel of nerdsplainers, my walking wikis, my pop culture senseis, my continuity crusaders, my grandmasters of geekery, my lore lords. To my left, well, two people to my left, subjugated to the couch once more. The soon-to-be traveling to Europe. You can see his hand. Look, clearly he's here. Mrs. Nesbitt. Herself.
Mrs. Nesbitt.
Tommy Jeff. And he is a don'ty, but she is a ditty. You know.
Classic.
Rocking the sleeveless shirt, stealing my gimmick, but we'll let it slide, Diddy. Live Diddy Julian King. Whoa. Diddy, you just got like a laser light show? What the fuck did that come from?
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, the right hand
Nega
here.
Diddy.
Oh. What did he?
Nega.
All right. Oh, okay. To my
What
right,
the fuck?
the right hand here at the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. The man in the chair, the man with the power, man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, Mr. T.I. Ty died, Tyler Chow. Jared secretly hidden behind right there. Look, another two Mrs. Nesbitt. Two Mrs. Nesbitts. To my other right. I only have one right.
How many hands do you have?
Yeah. Some know her as Ash, some know her as Thistle. Right? Did I get that right?
That's right.
On the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, our verbal missile, Ketsia Abramson. Are those headphones working, Jared? Or are you just wearing headphones? Those are separate headphones. Okay, I was like, wow. We got
He's doing his own thing.
Oh, yeah, I was like, dang.
He's listening to his own podcast.
He's listening to a podcast right now.
Multitasking at its finest.
He's like, not yours though.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We've already established that we don't watch our own podcast.
Yeah.
I'm listening to NPS over here, not your bullshit. I don't know what's happening there. There we go. Maybe? I don't know. Cool. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, all the introductions and whatnot, we're gonna get a little vulnerable here. This is the vulnerable portion of the show.
Oh.
Not only do we nerdsplain stuff to y'all out there, we too are human. If you cut us, do we not bleed? This is a little segment we like to call "What Did We Learn This Week?"
I feel like I learned something.
I forgot we had that.
Again.
Well, I don't have the magic sparkle anymore.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I need some.
Yeah.
That is the one. No,
you like
that's,
paused. I was like, do I press this?
yeah, that's the one you pressed. That's
Sick.
really cool.
Very sensual.
Yeah.
It is. Is it?
Like ASMR.
Is it not?
No.
All right. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Cool. Who wants to start?
Me,
Diddy.
me, me.
Oh, Ketsia.
I was
Yeah.
just excited. Is that okay?
No,
Yes.
absolutely.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, please.
He's like, I was absolutely do not start with me.
Well, then we're gonna go counterclockwise. Time. All right.
Thanks.
Ketsia, what did you? Yeah, because you know what? Also, we accidentally skipped you last week.
No, you're absolutely right. You did. So
Yeah, you
I
did.
just want to be
Start.
proactive to make sure I
Yeah.
don't get skipped this week.
It's good.
100%.
Ketsia, what did you learn this week?
Guys, you're going to be so proud of me. On my own volition and by myself, I went to go see a horror movie.
Oh my God. Tell us
It's-
about it.
Baby.
Thank you. No, here's the thing. And I know you could probably make an argument that it was not a horror film. And I kind of want to actually look it up real quick to see if it does officially classify as a horror movie. It was scary to me. Yes, it was Stephen King's The Long Walk,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is a horror / sci-fi.
Yes.
I did not realize it was horror / sci-fi. I thought it was more like thriller. I thought it was more psychological thriller than.
Oh.
No, I truly okay. So I thought it was more psychological thriller than it was going to be horror, and really the horror elements to it are so The Long Walk, Stephen King's adapted novel to now screen. The premise is pretty basic: dystopian, maybe not post-apocalyptic, but it's a dystopian society where a group of 50 boys must participate in something called the Long Walk, a voluntary race where all participants have to maintain a speed of 3 miles an hour. Until there was only one person standing.
That sounds terrifying.
Yes.
So it's like Speed, like the movie Speed with Keanu Reeves, like
Without a bus.
Yeah, without a bus.
and
But
without Keanu Reeves,
what-
and
what-
also
No bus
Sandra
in
Bullock
sight.
isn't there.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
pace is 3 miles per hour? Is that like a brisk?
it is a
speedball?
brisk walk, so it's really interesting because I watched this movie and I loved it. It's 108 minutes, so it's not very long, but it feels intense the entire time. I think there were
Ooh.
like maybe 1 or 2 moments where I was like, okay, here's the premise, and we're like watching these kids die, or not technically they're kids. I think in the changes that they made from the book to the movie, they like age them up, so all the participants are 18 plus versus in the book they are kids. But there's no
Stephen
like
King loves.
Stephen King does love
Kids.
murder, and
Whoa,
I didn't say that,
whoa,
did he?
Whoa. Stephen King loves what?
I'm just saying.
So basically there are 50 participants and they walk, and there is no finish line. It's basically until the last man standing, but you know this going in, so it is kind of a Hunger Games-esque, which is funny because it's directed by I want to say Lawrence, who directed he didn't direct the first Hunger Games, but he did the last 4 Hunger Game movies.
Oh, yeah.
Francis Lawrence, yes.
Yes. So great premise, super fun, not fun, but like it's an interesting pull. And I didn't realize that apparently, and I watched this movie, so I've been doing a deep dive on it since. But Stephen King, because he had not such great experiences adapting his novels to movies when he first started doing that he's now put it into almost all of his contracts that he has like final say on a lot of changes. And
Yeah.
so he approves all the casting. He, like in the book, they have to walk 4 miles an hour, and then he okayed okay, we're gonna change it to 3 because it's
Yeah.
a little bit more realistic. But what I learned this week as I dived into Stephen King's The Long Walk was that this was actually the first novel he ever wrote. Not the first novel he ever published, and he actually published it under a pseudonym, but it was one of the first novels he ever wrote, and he wrote it in his freshman year of college
Yeah.
Whoa.
when he was at the University of Maine in 1966, 1967. So the frame of The Long Walk is based off of more of a Vietnam War era, but it is still very applicable today. If you haven't had a chance to go see it, I highly recommend it. I thought it was for people who don't like horror. I'm a baby. So I think what makes it R-rated and what makes it horror is that, and Stephen King wanted this specifically, is that there is no shoot person, die off camera. They'll shoot and you see the blood, you see the gore, you see someone's face fall off. So it's I do the sneak behind the hand when I watch it. But it was, if you don't like horror movies, there's no jump scares, when all the violence is coming. So it is palpable in that regard. So if you're I don't want to see a horror movie, but I want to participate in society, this one gets the Ketsia. You can watch it. Approval.
All right.
Nice, dude.
So you're-
Yes.
That is, I like also how you said it was written in this era, but it's still applicable to today. It's timeless is walking is timeless, right?
Yes,
Walking-
I meant the part
Hey.
where we volunteer for things and you're stuck in a
Walking will
society
never go out of
and you're a product of your Yeah, for sure. But no, but walking. No, there were some theaters apparently in LA, and I didn't know about this, or
I
else
saw that.
I would have bought a ticket 1,000%. They set up walking pads in the theater.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. It's like
And-
Jaws on the water, but you're
Yes.
on a treadmill watching the movie. And you're
And
like,
apparently they did early screenings of the movie where you were on this walking pad, and if you couldn't stay at the 3 miles an hour pace, you were removed from the theater.
Oh my God, I would be so into that. I feel
Yeah.
like.
So
And I would get removed.
I'm so annoyed that they did this as like a little, like a couple of theaters, like small events. I'm like, put this in a 4DX. I want it. I would do it. I would also destroy it. I basically walked 3 miles.
what would the 4DX of that be like? You're just like,
Well, it's, again, I could
Feel
talk
the
about
wind.
this movie
Just
for
like
a very
wrestling.
long time. They also shot this movie in chronological order, which is so interesting. And then all the interviews with all the cast members, they talked about how they walked. All the filming is like not one long shot, but a lot of the scenes are just shot one chronological order and two in these long one take shots. So if the actors look exhausted, it's
That's-
because they're exhausted. I think one
Yeah.
person said they walked something of like 500,000 steps by the time they finished filming.
what?
I love
in the name.
They were
That's
walking
so
like
cool.
15 miles every day doing
Yeah.
filming and shooting.
Wow.
So if you haven't seen The Long Walk, go see The Long Walk. It's out now. Directed
Yeah.
by Lawrence.
You sold me.
I
on it.
actually want to apologize for earlier when you said, "Oh, I saw a scary movie," and me and Ty both went,
You didn't see Weapons. I know damn well she didn't see Weapons. You're absolutely right. I didn't.
"No, that is a scary movie."
It is. I mean, the soundtrack is great. The acting is great. The star of the film is I'm gonna blank on his name, but he's the son of Hoffman.
Cooper
Dustin
Hoffman.
Yes.
Cooper Hoffman.
Cooper Hoffman.
Yeah. So it stars Cooper Hoffman, and he is the son of
Captain Hook.
No,
Yeah.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, the late
Oh.
Philip Seymour
Oh
Hoffman.
yes,
So yeah,
he's
it's his
also
son.
in that Licorice movie.
He is in the Licorice movie.
Pizza.
Licorice Pizza. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in Licorice Pizza, The Long Walk. He also had a brief role in the Saturday Night movie that came out last year.
Yes.
Yeah, Cooper Hoffman, definitely, I think, rising star. And then co-stars with David Johnson, who also stellar performance, great film, big fan.
Amazing.
And it's got Luke Skywalker in it.
Mark
What do you
Hamill.
mean?
Mark
Mark
Hamill.
Hamill's in
He's
it.
the
Yeah.
general that's like, shoot him.
He's
Shoot-
the like
shoot 'em.
scary government personified person.
Shoot him.
That's right.
Francis
Oh,
Lawrence.
nice, dude.
Yeah, Francis Lawrence
I
directed.
don't even think I've seen a trailer for this film. I've read the story, but I haven't. But that sounds really good.
But
I
yeah.
just looked up Francis Lawrence, and I got to make sure this is him. He looks like a Timu Bradley Cooper.
Well,
Is
now,
that-
now I need to confirm this as I have my own
Can you
laptop in
please
front
look
of me.
up?
Wait, which one?
Who?
Francis Lawrence, the director. I kind of see it.
Yeah.
His face does look very
Yeah, he's Timu Brad Cooper.
Bradley Cooper-esque. But yeah, if I had a nickel for every time Francis Lawrence directed a film about a dystopian society where kids were getting murdered, I'd have 2 nickels, which
With
isn't a
the-
lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
With the long hair?
Yeah.
With the short hair, I'm like, what are you talking about? With the long hair? Uh-oh.
What I want to know is, has this built up your tolerance to now you're like, okay, I'm gonna dip my toe in maybe another kind of little suspenseful.
I do like a good psychological thriller.
Mhm.
Like I think when I think of movies that I liked The Long Walk. I enjoyed Shutter Island. I think that's a very much my genre of movie. I liked The Prestige. I like when the music
Mhm.
sounds
I
like
love-
something scary is going to happen, and then the scary thing is in your brain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't like a surprise. I'm a demon and I'm going to rip off your fingernails. I don't
Yeah.
like that shit at all.
Yeah.
What's wrong with a little ripping off of the fingernails?
Absolutely not.
All right.
Anyway, should I pass it to Diddy? Do you want to talk about what you learned this week?
No, let's go to
Or are we
Ty.
gonna go to Ty?
We can go to Diddy.
We want to Ty.
Whatever
Give us
you
what
want.
you learned this week, Ty.
I did learn what I learned this week
Tell us.
from
I
Valencia, actually.
learned what I learned.
Amazing.
What did you learn this week, Ty?
Well, kind of going off.
Wait.
What?
Ty,
If you're going to
Yes.
talk about weapons and just
No, I'm not talking about
knock
weapons.
it off.
What-
Okay.
Yes, Pablo.
Ty, you turned 30.
Oh.
That's right. We had a birthday.
Yeah.
Brr, brr, brr,
Happy birthday to
Thank
Ty,
you.
by the way.
Thank you.
So now you have a little bit more wisdom to bestow onto us and the dinkheads out there.
You are a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 21 wasn't it?
No.
No, absolutely
It
not.
sure
It
wasn't.
sure wasn't. I was blacked out.
You're
Oh.
dirty 30.
Dirty 30.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Death of your 20s.
That's in my 20s.
Not to change what, but did turning 30, did you learn anything about in relation to like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
getting a little older or wise? Not to, you
No,
can
no,
still
no.
talk about what you're going to talk about, but I just also.
No, I like that a lot, actually. Funny enough, that was going to be my original what I learned this
Yeah,
week.
man. The people want to know, what's it like aging?
What's it like?
I know what it's like aging. You don't have to tell me.
Well,
I'm
it's
just saying.
crazy. I don't get asked if I want a kids menu anymore.
That's good.
That happened. Like that went on until like 25.
Yeah, you can no longer order Dino Nuggies and mac and cheese.
See, I go out of my way to order on the kids menu.
Oh, no, like,
if
I-
I show up to an Olive Garden, I see crayons, I'm like, hand that over right now.
When we go to like BJ's, I'll tell my nephew, I'm like, hey, get the smiley face potatoes, and I'll trade you my fries.
Oh wait,
Right
that's
on.
really
I
cute.
can't.
I love those smiling.
Those are good, right?
Yeah.
No,
Those
I
are
think,
good,
like,
right?
Those are good, guys. Come on. No, yeah. I mean, like turning 30, like I was telling my therapist this. Like I watched this video of like this couple that are like 70 hitting the gym and they are ripped. And something they said kind of stuck with me. It was like, if I tell myself I'm old, then I'm gonna feel old.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's just a mentality thing. And that's how I kind of approached 30. It was like everyone's like, man, you're turning 30, and I kind of told you guys this. I'm the youngest out of 12 grandkids.
What?
Yeah, so I'm literally the baby of the family. So like they're like, wow, you're the last to turn 30 out of all of us. And it was just, I think that's what it was. It was just like a mentality thing. Like I feel good. I feel like I was telling Pablo, like I feel more inspired now that I'm 30 to create more, which is kind of going into the book that I'll talk about later. To stay proactive in the things that I love and how I'm going to approach those things. And obviously, like, yeah, like 30, I'm an adult. Like, I feel like now is the time to like go out and live more. Like, you know, I've been going out to LA to see some friends. I've been going to like movie premieres by myself. I've been doing things that I enjoy, kind of like rediscovering those things and like going back into photography, going back into.
You're being a friend to yourself. Tom,
Yeah.
that's what you're
Wait,
saying.
that's beautiful though. I think
Thank
it's
you.
really cool.
Yeah.
You get to like rediscover
100%.
like new hobbies. Like I think this year I got really into baseball for whatever
Nice.
reason.
Oh,
And
I
like
love
I have
baseball.
friends who like I have friends who follow like
see
the
that one
Red
coming.
Sox and like
Oh.
the Chicago Cubs and like the Angels, and like something about like getting really into like something all of a sudden
Yeah.
is like very, very therapeutic.
Oh, 100%.
100%. Love that.
Yeah.
Katie says 30 is when people.
Trust you with adult money. Oh dear
Yeah.
God, no.
Yeah.
Pablo already
But
knows.
she also said everything hurts and hangovers are real.
Oh, 100%.
That's. I feel like that's so real.
No,
I agree.
I was 28. I was 29 when Pablo and I went to Comic-Con, and he left me unattended, and I
Mhm.
had like 2 popcorn buckets, a poster,
Yeah.
and a bunch of other shit in my
I can't be trusted
Also,
with
Katie,
anybody, yeah.
I'm 34 and I spend money like
Yeah.
a 20-year-old
Yeah.
or a child. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what's.
I've
going on
slowly
there.
become more prudent with
Yeah.
being like spending or whatever.
Well, you
but
have kids.
Yeah. You
true.
have kids.
I don't have kids. I'm like, the bills are paid. I'm gonna spend fucking $500 on my Halloween costume.
Dude, hell yeah.
But I love.
But it's so different though, right? Like
Yeah.
it just feels
It
weird.
feels different.
It feels good.
Yes, should do it.
Yeah.
I do think at 30, same sort of mentality is like after once you hit that big 3-0,
Yeah.
some of the like insecurities of the silliness of like the things that you were hung up on in your 20s
Yeah.
do kind of dissipate as you get a little bit older in general,
100%.
right? Like it's like you stop and I feel like you can start settling and feel more comfortable in yourself and your own skin. And I think that's really healthy.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool that you went to that concert by yourself. A lot of people tend to, it's like people that like, oh, I need a gym buddy to go to the gym, right? Like it's
Yeah.
like for the longest time, I feel like I had that mentality. I'm like, I don't want anybody to go do this thing with me because this is just like a thing that I feel like now is
Yeah.
me and therapeutic, and I don't need as many people to rely on. I think it's very healthy to get comfortable in being alone sometimes or doing things for yourself and not needing something like
Yeah.
somebody there with you all the time.
No, 100%. I feel like the whole concert thing was like not like a selfish thing, but I was like, hey, I don't have anyone to hold my spot while I need to go pee.
Oh yeah.
That's
like
the
that's
thing.
that's the only thing I'm
That does
like,
suck.
man, I really wish someone was here right now.
Yeah.
But you know, speaking of like being more empowered and feeling better about myself, did you guys know what I learned this week is that Orange's hottest power couple can now
Holy
be
shit,
found.
this
Oh
guy.
my
God.
That's
Review.
nuts.
And you can get your copy outside the Squeeze and all other shops in the Orange Circle.
Great. Now I can't drop any F-bombs on the show.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you can.
Yeah, I can. Fuck it.
That
And
is what I
that's
really
one,
worked on this
baby.
week. But yes, I did turn 30, so thank you for that. But
Can I see that?
Is
Yeah,
that where you were gonna go with? Or maybe
Yeah,
before
100%.
oh my!
He literally brought his
I
copy.
brought my
with
copy.
him.
Wow,
That's
this
his
is
copy.
a power
I want-
couple, bigger than the Chicago Cubs. Like, look at this.
And I want everyone to know, I want it on camera that Pablo did promise he'd sign this, and he has yet to do it.
Doing autographs after the show.
I was gonna get it CGC verified and everything.
Wow, send this to PSI grading.
Mhm.
It's you've already compromised the integrity of it. You
I'll get
folded
another
it.
copy.
Yeah.
I'll get another copy. Don't you?
Oh,
worry.
don't worry.
That's my reader
You know what's
copy.
also in this? It's what's happening at Chapman University. Is it at the Dodge College? Let me
Yeah.
double check.
Nope.
No, it's the Rogers Center for Holocaust Education.
Getsia did text me. She's like, a win for the Dodge College.
Oh yeah, one of the actresses who won this week at the Emmys, she graduated. I didn't even realize she was an alum from the
Yeah.
Dodge College of Film and Media Arts at Chapman University.
She was a slightly better representation than two people we had previously discussed.
Womp
Right.
womp.
Going to.
But if you keep going, Pablo's things in there.
Yeah, my whole house and stuff. You know what? It's
My
You
whole
want to
house.
see what Pablo's house
it's
looks
weird.
like? Now
I
you
mean,
can.
Yeah, you can see the interior of my home. And I don't really post my kids and stuff like that. So like on here on Deep Research Nerdcast.
Right.
It's
Boundaries.
weird. My wife is such an adult, and then look, here I am. We're about to talk about comic books in a couple minutes.
But you are an adult. You're on the
yeah,
front cover.
clearly
of
I'm
the
an adult.
Hey, you are an adult.
I'm an adult. Yeah,
This is a
look,
real
you feel-
man.
You feel as old as you want to feel. We just talked about this. That is.
That's a real man.
I'm wearing a collared shirt. I have sleeves on in these
And
photos.
you are as old as you
Christ.
feel. I feel 15.
Yeah.
I'd say 21, actually, to make it
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
Because I do enjoy a beer.
I'd say 13, just stuck in this body.
Yes. Oops.
Anyway, Diddy, what did you learn?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I learned anything, but I was going to talk about.
Not a damn thing.
I did not learn a single damn thing, but I did want to talk about weapons because I watched it and then I listened to a podcast about it with the director and everything. And I got so obsessed. I'm like in my wormhole right now of just weapons stuff.
Mm.
So there's a few things that I want to say is that, first of all, we all know like Zach Cregler. Is that his last name? Is that how you say his last name?
Who, the director?
Yeah.
Kreger?
And writer. Kreger.
Yeah, Cregger.
You know, he's from The Whitest Kids You Know.
Kreger.
And I think it's really cool when people from a comedy background make horror films because I think that they are super linked, like
Yeah, for
horror
sure.
and comedy. And he even talks about it on this podcast I listened to where he was like, yeah, because in comedy, like when you're writing comedy, you're sitting there and you're like, what's the craziest thing that could happen? And how do where do I go from this? And then in horror, you're doing the same exact thing. You're just thinking like, what's the craziest thing that I could think of? But I learned that Zach Cregger also took a meditation class guided by one of my guys.
David Lynch?
Yeah, David Lynch.
Yeah, David Lynch is big into the
He's super
meditation,
into
yeah.
it, obviously.
Yeah.
But he took a class, like a bunch of classes by him.
Yeah, you like for a minute there, it was like he was such a heavy advocate for transcendental meditation.
Yeah.
That like, yeah, he was an instructor. And I remember even seeing that, like I had a friend of mine in New Orleans. He's like, oh, like you're living out in LA now. You should sign up for one of David Lynch's meditation classes.
Yeah.
And I was
And
like, what? Yeah.
it's very weird and it's very cool. Like I knew that about David Lynch. He's one of my favorite directors. I knew that he liked meditating. I didn't know that he did all these classes and like wrote all these books about it.
Since
I guess
the 70s, he was ahead of his time.
I know. And so Zach Cregger did a class with him class inspired by him, like started by him or whatever. And he was like, people ask him how he came up with some stuff in his films. And he's like, you know what? Sometimes I don't even know until years later because I have to sit there. I meditated about a lot of the stuff. So did we all see Weapons? I know Ketsia did not.
I have not
But
seen it.
you did not?
Nothing.
Okay, well, this is
No.
not a spoiler, but
You could spoil it. It's fine. I read what happens. I know what happens in
I don't
weapons.
know anything
I
about
don't
what
need
happens.
to.
this is
watch
not
it.
this is not a spoiler. But one of the characters in it, Josh Brolin, he has a dream and he sees like an AK-47 like rotating in the sky, like a giant one, like rotating in the sky.
Crazy.
And it's this, and it has the time of the
17.
time of when all the kids disappear. And I was like, when I watched it, I was like, oh my God, I have to figure this out. Like, what does he mean? What does he mean by this? And then I listened to this podcast by
Nice.
him, and everyone was tripping out about it. They were like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And he was like, you know what? Honestly, I meditated through this like David Lynch course,
Mhm.
and like these things come to me when you're meditating. And he just says, write them down, put them in your movie. And he's like, so I don't even know what it means. But he renamed the movie after, like, he wanted to name it something, and then he renamed it Weapons because of the AK-47 floating in
Right
his
on.
vision
That's
or-
crazy.
or dreams or whatever. And then he included it in the film, and then he renamed the movie after that.
Weapons.
And he was like, I don't even know what it means.
Interesting.
I was
That's
like,
wild.
I'll find it someday.
Yeah, David. I mean, yeah, no, David.
I honestly, when I watched it, I was like, oh my God, it all makes sense. Oh my God.
Yeah. And he's like, actually, none of it makes sense. It's-
No, because like in the interview, they're like, what does this mean? Does it mean this? And they were like saying all these theories, and they were like similar to the theories I had. And then he was like, you know what? Honestly, I meditated. I saw that in my meditation. And then it happened. I put it in the movie.
Oh yeah.
And
Look,
then I thought it was
see-
such a thing that I made it the title of the film. And here we are.
I love that.
And I was like, that's so fucking cool. Like, I loved it.
Well,
That's one.
because
Or
well,
maybe 5. I don't know how
That's
many times
bizarre. I feel like I hallucinate about a lot of things. I
Just
see
write it
the
down.
Chicago Cubs winning the World Series. You
I'm
don't make this.
hallucinating
I'm not
right now.
naming my movie after that.
You just put it in, like, it obviously felt very special to him and important to him. Also, when I was watching it, you haven't seen it.
don't spoil it.
Well, I will say, I won't spoil it, but there's this part in it where I was like, man, that's about alcoholism.
The movie.
There's
it is.
this part in it. And I was like, that's about alcoholism. And that's about like a child living with like parents that have like are alcoholics. And I was like, but maybe that's just me. And then I listened to this podcast, and he was like, 100% that's what it is.
Okay.
That was based on his experience.
And I was like, I cried when I listened to the podcast because
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Like, it's such a good film.
Yeah. Well, that's beautiful about art is helps us like become aware of shared experiences and traumas and things that we all kind of can deal with. And then also, I love that he named it after something that just kind of came to him, because that just leaves things for interpretation. And that's like what's beautiful about it is like it maybe just didn't mean anything, but then like 10 different people can watch it and have 10 different iterations. It's like a proverbial Rorschach, basically. Just
Exactly. Because he was like, they were like, what does that mean? And he was like, I don't know. And I'll probably know when I do therapy.
Yeah.
Like, it will come to me.
or try the
but-
meditation.
Yeah. Well, no, he did the meditation,
No,
and that's
you-
what came to him.
I want you to try the meditation. I want you to come back at a report with it.
You want me to meditate?
Yeah, let's all.
Every time I try to meditate, you know what the only thing I can think of is the
What?
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I'm always like, think
Clear your
nothing,
mind.
think nothing, think nothing, think nothing.
it can't be. Just
And
can't
then the
be.
Stay Puft Marshmallow
Yeah.
Man comes in my head.
That's
so
a tough one. That's fair.
Fascinating.
it doesn't come in my head.
I mean, oh no. So Pablo, what did
Let's move on.
you learn this
I will.
week?
Before we move on, I do want to talk about, because David Lynch apparently discovered the David Lynch Foundation, which is more than likely what the director went to. And then, yeah, he was like,
And it's actually, my aunt lives in that city, and it's like a very culty city.
yeah, is it?
Yeah, it's like it's been run over by this like cult town.
And it even has a book called Catching the Big Fish.
Yeah.
Started,
'Cause he thinks-
2006.
David Lynch thought that if you don't write down what you think, that someone else will get it. And then
It's possible. 100%.
100%
Thoughts are
he-
floating in the ether, and then
and he thinks that
brain
you have
waves
to
can-
get it, and if you don't get it, or if you get it at the same time as people, and he's like, that's why people make the same kind of like general films at the same time.
I'm not a doctor or scientist or anything, but I think there's power within brainwaves. That could
Yeah.
sound a little kooky, but
A little woo woo.
yeah, it could sound a little woo woo, but I think it's pretty interesting.
But it's
but yeah, apparently the metaphor of the big fish, it's yeah, deep dive into the consciousness to access the big fish of creativity and inspiration. And he was introduced by his sister to I can't even pronounce it. Transcendental meditation. He began practicing in the 70s, and he was immediately inspired by his first profound meditation experience. He has meditated twice daily for decades, never missing a session, which he describes as diving within. I'm all about internalizing and diving within. I love that. And like self-exploration. Just kind of a little bit about
he's missed a couple now.
Well,
he's passed. He's since passed.
Wow. Too soon. All right.
He's my favorite director. He's my favorite director. I think he'd be fine with that joke.
I can't really say it's a learn per se. And I really don't know how to articulate it into a learn. But it is something that kind of inspired me. And it comes from, wait for it. You guys ready?
Yes.
Superman.
No way.
Shocker.
Have you guys ever seen Superman versus the Elite?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Beautiful movie. And it's very punk rock, like UK punk rock inspired. It was a comic book that was then turned into one of the better animated DC films. It's an amazing animated DC film. And I highly recommend it. But it's about an elite group of vigilantes with superpowers that are like UK punk rockers that are led by the ultimate UK punk rocker named Manchester Black. And at the start of the story, Manchester Black kind of looks up to Superman, right? He wants to be a hero like Superman, but he's got like this, like something within his brain, right, that gives him this superpower. But he's a little bit like bolder. He kind of first apprentices under Superman, but then he becomes a little bit more bold, and he becomes a little bit more brutal. His way of fighting crime is basically destruction, fear, and punishment without trial. And people love him for it. People love people who can shake things up outside of the normal system, oftentimes, right? Because systems tend to move slow. But meanwhile, Superman, this symbol for hope and compassion and restraint is put on the back burner, kind of like by the general public. The general public in desperate times tend to favor force over principle. And in an era that we live in, oftentimes Superman's ideals seem a little antiquated, right? So the elite kind of in this movie keep pushing and daring people to think that might makes right, I think is kind of like one of the phrases in it. And Superman not really being about reputation. He's like more of a reminder on why values matter more than violence. So, and this is one of the things that I love about Superman is he's the type of hero, like he's this, when we face challenges, when we face conundrums, we tend to look at option A and option B of things. Whereas in Superman, his real superpower is not necessarily his super strength or laser vision or speed, but his real superpower is the ability to see that option C when we only see option A and B kind of thing. He's just this exemplary, incorruptible force. So in the second act of the Superman versus the Elite, he fights Manchester Black and the Elite. So Manchester Black forms this group that he ends up calling the Elite, and he loses this fight. And there's this whole thing about Manchester Black does this like villainous monologue where he talks about the world needs heroes who aren't afraid to put dogs down, and about wanting to do away with heroes. And he talks about no more capes, and the dream is over, and they beat Superman. And then the third act comes around, and it's this final fight scene, and it looks like Superman finally ends up giving into a similar rage that these heroes, he crosses this line. It seems like he crosses this line that Manchester Black and the Elite has crossed. So he resorts basically to their exact same tactics. He fights fire with fire. And, the public clutching their pearls at the sight of like Superman, this morally incorruptible hero, resorting to violence that matches the violence of the Elite. And then in the final fight scene, he's like, it seems like he's full display of Superman's mighty power. And he starts picking them off one by one in what seems to be like a really brutal way. I think one of them, he uses like super speed to like freaking go like Mach 7 and push this dude out out of Earth's atmosphere, and he's like, if you had super hearing, you could hear his bones crunch or something like that. And it's like a really brutal sort of scene, and he's like looks like very disheveled and beat up, and like one of his eyes is like bloodied up. And then he stops Manchester Black. He kind of takes Manchester Black's powers away. He does this thing with his laser vision where he like does this like scalpel like precision where he goes in through his eye pupil to burn out a certain irregularity or membrane in his brain that takes Manchester Black's powers away from him. So Manchester Black is kind of on his knees. He's reveling in the loss of defeat, and it looks like Superman's basically about to publicly execute Manchester Black. And then this like person from the crowd's like, Superman, it doesn't have to be like this kind of thing. Like,
Aww.
yeah, I know. And then Manchester Black's like goes into this monologue about everybody just saw what you did to us, and you are no better than us.
Oof.
There's nothing special about you. And then Superman begins to reveal that this whole setup was actually just an act. And he didn't actually pick off the members of the elite. It was all smoke and mirrors. And he found the options to stop the elite that we, the audience, failed to see. And it was all like this one big sort of ploy to stop the elite, stop Manchester Black. And it was almost like a tactic. And then like at this point where he's like, Manchester Black calls him, I think, like a Ponzi twit. And anyways, there's this quote that really stuck with me from it. And I'm going to quote it right here. He basically says, Manchester Black goes, they all saw what you did to us. And Superman says, yes, they did see. They saw the ugliness of violence as a solution, and it frightened them. And it frightened me too. When I decided to cross that line and do what you did, it's so easy. Anger, vengeance. Luckily, I'm not you, and I never will be. And then Superman unveils this facade that he didn't give into the rage. He reveals the smoke and mirror. Manchester Black's like, you Ponzi twit. He's like, if you think I'm just going to go to jail and rot, you're living in a dream world. And then this second super powerful quote came from this. And he says, good. Dreams save us. Dreams lift us up and transform us into something better. And on my soul, I swear, and that until my dream of a world of dignity, honor, and justice are a reality that we all share, I'll never stop fighting, ever. And I was like, dang, this movie came out in 2012, right? Like this animated film came out in 2012, and I'm like, those words are still equally as powerful today. And it did remind me, it's like there's always kind of a fight, right? Like the fight never really ends. And oftentimes I think like we all get bogged down by everything that we see in the news and media, in the state of the world, and us being like these divided by ideologies and things that are happening that can definitely bring us down. And the idea of the fight never ending is stated in every philosophical, every spiritual concept out there. And justice, true justice, requires continuous effort, right? And perseverance. There's always going to be another fight towards what we want or what we perceive as justice or what is right. So I loved this ending because it's like, don't become that thing that you're fighting, right? Superman made it seem like he was fighting fire with fire. And I was like, when we do that, like fighting fire with fire is like, we all just burn. So I don't necessarily know I can't really articulate the learn to that, but it did kind of resonate with me. I don't know, go watch it.
It's really beautiful.
Damn.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful film, and it's also super punk rock. Like, if you're super into that UK punk rock scene, Manchester Black is like this like super crazy like UK punk rocker, and everybody in the elite kind of is. But I don't know. That was it. That's what I learned this week. Kind of, Superman is still awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And it's streaming.
Is it streaming?
It's streaming the 19th.
Oh, what? Superman versus the Elite?
No, James Gunn one, the recent one.
Oh yeah, and the James Gunn Superman movie looks like it's coming to HBO Max on the 19th.
Yep.
Oh
What?
fuck, dude! I bought it.
I bought it too, and I'll happily buy it. You know what's funny? I actually also bought a VHS copy of it. Shout out to Katie Videos,
Oh, nice.
KADI Videos. She
That's
did a
cool.
yellow VHS of Superman
Oh,
Returns
yeah.
with her own art on it. I mean, Superman.
Yellow one.
It's a yellow VHS tape. So,
That is so cool.
That is really
and,
cool.
and she did really cool art for
That's
it.
like Nickelodeon. Cool.
Yeah, Superman, y'all. We need more people like him. We don't deserve it. Oh. I got all that mushy shit out of the way. We're not journalists, but we do keep our ears to the nerdy speech. Sometimes we read articles, sometimes we read headlines. Most of the time, we're just scrolling social media. This is news and stuff. Where do y'all want to start with the news?
I was like, I don't know what button to press.
There's no button. We had a segue for that one.
The movie. Let's talk about it.
Do you want to talk about? Or I think we. Well, actually, you know what? No. Let's get not get it out of the way, but let's start off with.
Oh, okay.
So Robert Redford recently passed. If you guys don't know who Robert Redford is, he was a famed leading man in his earlier years. He didn't just act in great films; he changed films and filmmaking actually forever. Honestly, I'll tell you guys, I feel like I'm a little bit young to remember Robert Redford as a leading man, and if I'm too young, y'all are all definitely too young.
Well, I'm not.
Excuse you. He was in.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say he was in Captain America 2, the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah,
Is he?
No, the amount of times, like, I hate rage bait things clicking online, but I saw so many things on Facebook that were like, Marvel's Avengers star passes, and it's like vague, and I'm like, literally in my brain, I was like, Robert Redford? I was like, oh yeah, he was in Captain America 2, the
Yeah.
Winter Soldier. Was it with the Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so
there
he
we
was
go.
in that.
You gotta
Yeah.
keep both
I'll tell you what.
eyes
Right
on-
now, I grew up with this person as like a person. That's an actor in my house. Like my dad. You have no idea. You know my dad.
Yeah, of course.
My dad texts me and my sister and my mom all in a group chat and said Robert Redford died.
Aw.
And I was like, that's so sad. And my sister was like, what's going, and my mom was like, so sad, heartbreaking. And my sister was like, what the hell's going on?
Who's
Why am I getting the like sad, heartbreaking stuff? And I was like, oh, Robert Redford died. And she was like, oh, okay. Yeah, sad. But geez, like he texted us like it was like a family member kind
Well,
of thing.
Maybe he may have some deeper connections to Redford because he's a little bit older.
Well,
so
but you guys, I love film and I love film, and it's because of my dad. Like
Yeah.
I grew up, he made me this way. He made me this way.
I want to say, yeah, you came from his balls.
You know, I don't like that.
That's true. It's just science, Diddy.
It's certainly true,
Mm.
but I don't care for it. But yeah, I like films because of my dad. I don't want to say made me like them, but he introduced me to them, and here I am. But I mean, some of his
Sneakers.
that's one of his favorite stars.
Aw.
So I've seen almost every single one of Robert Redford's films.
Hey,
and,
Joey's in the chat. Sorry.
Which one's the best, Diddy?
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid is probably one of the most iconic
Hands
films.
down for me, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance
Yeah.
Kids, because that's like one of my favorite films. There's always like Sting and stuff like that, and
He was in Pete's Dragon.
he was, yeah.
Pete's Dragon.
Like the
He
like the
was.
remake.
Are you looking up other?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
was looking up
funny.
his other
Oh, the
movies.
newer one. Yeah.
the
I do
newer-
love being able to see like things like that where you look
What-
at these actors and like, and they did need money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think he was he just loved film, and I think he would
Yeah.
just stick to.
But
maybe the
also
filmmakers
famously
usually.
Gatsby.
Yeah.
in-
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was in the original Great Gatsby?
Yeah.
Oh my God, when the Chicago Cubs
Dude, all the
won the
President's
World
Men.
Series in that movie.
What did
Yes.
the Chicago Cubs? In the,
She's into baseball now.
are you? Is this?
It
Did y'all
is.
set this up? Is this a thing? You
Is Chicago
Why
Cubs
would
the
it be
word?
Chicago?
Is it
Why
the
would it be
word?
You can't even
baseball?
hide it.
I swear to God, if baseball is the
fucking
word.
hard it is to hide the Chicago Cubs being the goddamn word of the week. You know how fucking bullshit this? I'll use both my F
Are you
bombs on
giving
this.
it? Are you giving it up? Like,
yeah,
that's
no,
what-
100%. I can't. I'm
Yeah,
so
it's
stressed.
I fucking knew you.
I've never been sweatier.
I knew
Ketsy's
that-
never talked about baseball.
I knew you weren't into baseball,
you.
bro.
I would like to say
fucking knew.
that I got
You didn't give
four.
it to me?
Four of
No.
it's not even the okay. Let me elaborate. It wasn't even that I had to say the Cubs
I'm
or
pissed.
Chicago. I had to say specifically the Chicago Cubs, and I have to do it like 9 times, which is
Yeah.
obscene, by the way. I got 3 in the first segment. I was really proud of that fourth one.
The
There's-
fourth one, yeah, you got caught on the fourth one.
Yeah.
What's fantastic
Thank
is
you.
like I wanted to react, but I couldn't because I didn't want to like lead to
I
it.
saw you laughing.
And then I was like, oh no.
For those
And
of
then,
you listening
just
for
so
the
you
first
know,
time.
the word was chosen. By the way, Katie says you did amazing.
Thank you, Katie. I tried. I
The word
really
was
did.
chosen because the Chicago Cubs clinched postseason today.
Yeah, I
and
looked
I
it up. They
couldn't
beat the
be
Pittsburgh
more
Pirates.
excited about it.
All
So
right.
I was
that is
actually
why the Chicago Cubs is essentially the
Yeah.
word of the day.
For those of you
Busted.
listening for the first time, sometimes we get a secret word of the week and we
I don't
try.
get a secret word of the week. ever.
Only cool people on the
Yeah.
podcast get a secret word of the week. And my secret phrase was the Chicago Cubs. I don't care about baseball. I
I
don't
fucking
watch
knew it.
baseball.
No, because I fucking knew it. You were like, oh, I am getting
I
into
was
baseball, and I was
so-
like,
How disrespectful to the memory
seems-
of Robert Redford right now.
No, during his eulogy, you're absolutely
no,
right.
because when they give you a word, and I actually when I pitched a comic one time, I had to include a word, and I was like, this actually is
I
disruptive.
know
think
Robert-
the rules should be changed. I don't think it should be a word, a single word.
You know,
fine.
Robert
A
Redford was in the
phrase.
Chicago Cubs.
You
Is
didn't
that-
know
Yeah, not Chicago.
When Diddy
Well-
was listing movies, she's like, "Oh yeah, he was in this movie." I'm like, "Oh, the Chicago Cubs of movies," and I missed it. I would have gotten five.
I would have gotten away with it.
Anyway, so sorry. Robert Redford's dead.
You know,
and
he
we're
was
all
in the
very
2006
sad.
Charlotte's Web.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
The what?
The
Charlotte's Web.
2006 Charlotte's Web.
Oh,
All right. Look,
I thought you said the sixth
Okay,
one. I was
sorry.
like, they made
Also,
6
real quick
Charlotte-
How
for
many
my-
webs were there?
Hey,
For my own validation, isn't like in The Great Gatsby they talk about like someone rigs the World Series? Isn't that the team? Isn't it the Chicago Cubs in The Great Gatsby?
I don't know.
Or is it like the Red
I don't
Sox?
think so. I look it up. Tommy Jeff.
Top of Jeff.
Because I want to.
Tommy
I
Jeff!
feel like it was the Cubs, and like that. Like there's a part of The Great Gatsby where they talk about rigging the series.
Look,
Anyway,
Yeah, because they're rich. I didn't
The
pay-
1919 World Series is talked about in the Great Gatsby.
and then, but who was the team?
And then who was the team?
Who was on the 1919 World Series?
it's multi-layered. Anyway, thank you for coming to my crash out and my TED talk.
You know what? I'm just happy it wasn't me.
Yeah. I
That's
too
it.
am happy it wasn't you.
Well, you know what? Now I'm gonna crash out.
It's the White Sox versus the Reds.
I knew it
Oh,
was the white and the
Chicago
red
team,
Sox.
Chicago team.
Just the South Side.
I don't even know that those were from Chicago.
Chicago White
I don't know
Sox.
baseball. Okay, so yeah, Robert. Oh,
Um,
sorry, I'm done.
anyway,
Thank you so much.
Robert
tried.
Redford was in The Great
Robert
Gatsby.
Redford
He was Gatsby.
And All the President's Men. That was my movie.
wasn't just
Oh,
an
that's a good one.
on-screen legend. His biggest impact was actually off-screen. Redford was the founder of the Sundance Institute and the Sundance Film Festival.
Oh,
He created a home for independent voices that Hollywood ignored. Because of him,
that's why it's called Sundance.
countless filmmakers from the likes of Kevin Smith, Robert Rodriguez, Quentin Tarantino, Paul Thomas Anderson, Steven Soderbergh, Darren Aronofsky, Richard Linklater, Wes Anderson, I could keep going, all got their first real shot in Hollywood because of the Sundance Film Festival. He proved movies don't just need big budgets to matter, just bold stories and fresh perspectives. Robert Redford gave indie films its stage that keeps shaping cinema for generations to come. There is a quote from Robert Redford. I'm gonna pull it. I'm actually pulling. We rarely pull up a video, but I think he is such an impactful figure in independent filmmaking. And these were some really beautiful words from, I guess his. I don't know if this was an Academy Award acceptance speech, but I'm gonna play Robert Redford's words right now.
It's going to be important in the years to come to make sure that we embrace the risks as well as the sure things, to make sure that freedom of artistic expression is nurtured and kept alive,
Beautiful.
Because I believe that in keeping diversity alive, it'll help keep our industry alive. And I think the glory of art is that it can not only survive change, but can lead it.
I just love that. The glory of art is that it can not only survive change, it can lead it.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's super profound words. And rest in power, Mr. Redford. Thank you so much for your impact.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
I think I recognized his voice more than I recognized his face. Like the second you started playing that video, I was like, oh yeah, Robert Redford.
Also, I will say, onto that, is that he was very handsome.
Yeah, he's a good looking guy.
He probably could have played for the Chicago Cubs.
This is I didn't pull up an image actually, but this is a young Robert Redford. Very good looking guy. Infamously
Blonde?
Yeah. Once more, we've lost a great and somebody who impacted, inspired, and will continue to do so. Yeah. Cheers.
You know, I can
Bubbly
find a
water.
better
Raise
picture.
a bubbly water.
I can
to
find a
Robert Redford.
better picture than that of him.
There's
His
1,000
hair.
great pictures of him. The man was a leading Hollywood man.
Well, you know,
Google him.
you didn't do him good with that.
That was a great photo of him. What are you talking
It's
about?
good. It's okay.
Okay, are y'all ready to move on some bullshit now?
Yeah.
Indeed, I
I've
am.
been waiting.
You want to talk about Robert Redford more?
No, I do.
I kind
Or
of
the
do.
Chicago Cubs?
There it is. That's what I would love to
I'll
talk
talk
about.
about Robert Redford.
The Chicago Cubs.
But we got a trailer today
Yes.
for a new film, and I'm trying to. It's so I had pulled up the image for it, but now I'm having a hard time. We got our first trailer for Anaconda, or anyways, the Anaconda reboot. Ty, can you pull up that image
I'm
for?
trying.
Yeah.
When did the first Anaconda come out?
Oh
Oh,
man.
Tommy Jeff.
And is Anaconda what I think it is? Which sounds
Oh,
like
It don't
a
want-
It
horror-
is what do you think it is?
Is it a horror movie where the people are 1997?
Yes. Let me tell you,
Is it a horror movie where a bunch of people are hunted down by an anaconda?
it is.
Yeah.
It is
100%.
fantastic.
Yes,
I-
100%.
I saw the original Anaconda. I saw the original Anaconda in theaters. I was 12 at the Galleria in Metairie, Louisiana,
Aw.
the suburbs of New Orleans. And it did something to me. I wish
Did it make you afraid of snakes? Because that sounds like
No,
what it would have done.
It was like it's got a young Owen Wilson in it. Ice Cube is in it.
Wow.
Eric Stoltz is in it.
Wow. Why is that not a soundbite, Ty?
John
I know, that's what I'm
Boyd
saying.
Wow.
is the villain in it. And
Sorry, there's a villain other than the snakes trying to kill them?
Yes, he's like a
Amazing.
poacher.
All right.
And then a young Jennifer Lopez. And I think maybe that's what happened to me with that movie. There was
Something changed within me.
Oh,
it was
I wonder what-
J-Lo.
100% Pablo.
but no, also the movie encapsulate like it's peak 90s Anaconda, right? It is so 90s, and I highly recommend going to watch the original Anaconda movie. by
Danny
the way.
Trejo,
Yeah.
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh.
the dad from National
Yeah,
Treasure,
he's a
John
poacher.
Voight.
And Peacemaker.
So we got the first
And
trailer
Terminator.
for the Anaconda reboot, and it reveals the movie's about Jack Black and Paul Rudd rebooting Anaconda. Because I remember when this story came out, and they were like, Jack Black and Paul Rudd are rebooting Anaconda. And I'm like, how the fuck is that ever going to work? And then I stored it away in my deep memory bank, and I didn't revisit it until this trailer reappeared on my social media feed today. And we got this trailer. It shows the film is actually about Paul Rudd and Jack Black wanting to reboot the 1997 classic Anaconda. And I'm gonna. Did you not see this trailer? Did he?
No.
Holy
It's
shit.
pretty good. I will say I'm
Can we
excited
react
for
to
it.
in real time here?
Wait.
This
wait.
is my favorite genre of horror film. Not that I like horror films and I'll die on that hill.
Goofy?
But no, comedy horror,
Yeah.
perfect.
No, but the original Anaconda was
no,
not a
that's the
comedy.
thing. No, the original one. The original one.
It was
'cause
serious.
yes, the original one is horror action. I know. I've just done this
But
research, and now the
it was funny.
2025 version is a comedy horror, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's going to be campy. It's going to be stupid. And honestly, I'm a big Jack Black fan.
Oh,
Jack
me
Black
too.
has done a lot of projects. I didn't go see the Minecraft movie, and I don't need to. But everything else he's been doing in like the last like 5 years, I would say, that man is doing great. I adore him.
Killing it.
I'm excited to see it.
I'm mad at him.
You're mad at him.
Quoting IGN. Why are you wait? Why
Yeah, hold on. Why are you mad at Jack Black?
Cause he like
Because he made the amazing Minecraft movie. That
no,
was super
because
good.
he ditched K.
He ditched KG.
He ditched KG, dude.
I think that was a publicity stunt.
it was, but where is
Quoting
it? Where are they?
IGN, the promo below shows Jack Black and Rudd dreaming of rebooting the original Anaconda, the 1997 horror movie about a really big snake who kills people. Unfortunately, the pair can't raise enough money to make the big budget reboot they want, so they had to do it on the cheap. As you'd expect, things do not go as planned.
So this is what I'm saying. Is it like a mockumentary?
Ty, can you pull up the trailer? Have you seen the trailer for Tommy Jeff?
You put the trailer on my laptop.
Just pull up the trailer so Diddy can see it and we'll react to it in real time. Let's do a trailer reaction right now.
I did love the with the Jurassic Park one. That was
Yeah.
really good.
We can do that now legally because we're changing it enough.
Oh yeah.
Tommy Jeff, am I right?
30 seconds.
No, I mean we can react to trailers.
We can react.
We can react to trailers.
It's just my face.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Let's reboot Anaconda.
Dude,
Yes.
I'm so fucking in. Oh, Steve Zahn? Who directs it?
I don't know why I'm getting that echo.
Tom
It's like
Gormican?
Michelle Gondry.
No, Tom Gormican.
Tom Gormican.
Tom Gornigan.
It's actually the Chicago Cubs.
Perfect song.
Anaconda.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
It's a little spoiler, but I feel like I'm still gonna watch it.
Oh. Oh, the pig duct tape.
Right? Come on.
No,
It's
that looks
Christmas.
good.
Come
I'm not even gonna lie. That looks so good.
Come on.
Do you think they went to Nicki Minaj? No, is that Nicki Minaj? Or yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Sir
Nicki.
Mix-a-Lot.
Okay.
That's it. He sampled that. Why am I getting an echo? What is it?
Because you wanted to hear the trailer.
Oh, gotcha.
No, but it
Yeah, no, Sir Mix-a-Lot,
100
but then
yeah, but
Nicki
it's
Minaj's
100% yeah.
Anaconda.
my Anaconda.
Don't
No.
want.
That's Nikki.
no,
No.
that's Sir
Nikki,
Mix-a-Lot.
Nikki,
That's-
Nikki.
The
that's
Nicki
just
part
Nikki.
is like a
Nicki
boy named
sampled
Toy used to give
Sir
into
Mix-a-Lot.
toy.
That
Yeah.
is Sir Mix-a-Lot that Nicki Minaj sampled.
Here's the thing: they're probably both gonna make money. Anyway,
No,
Probably will.
Sir Mix-a-Lot's gonna make the money.
I'm
'cause
just
that
saying
is
you
so-
don't think they're not gonna use any version of Nicki Minaj's Anaconda in this movie?
No, you just gotta friggin' no. You
I swear I heard her voice. No, am I wrong?
no.
Oh.
That's just Sir Mix-a-Lot.
So
y'all.
say yes. I'm wrong.
You know what? I like big butts. That's what that song is, right?
Yeah.
I like big,
Big
butts,
butts
and I
and I cannot
cannot
lie.
lie.
But like
Yeah,
that part.
you're so white
Whatever.
right now.
I know. I feel like I'd have to.
I am.
I feel like I'd have to listen to it again. I also think that I feel like I heard Nicki's voice, but I think I might just like be having one of those.
Man,
My Anaconda don't. but
I'm
it's-
gonna clip
it's
this
because
up and
they-
I'm sending it to Nathan Haskell. Already?
Don't do that to me, bro.
Nathan, I'm
But
sorry,
but
dude.
I was saying that the way they cut it up, it sounded like the beginning of Nicki Minaj.
Well, yeah. She samples that Sir Mix-a-Lot line.
I know.
So
What I'm saying.
look, the movie looks
Don't-
great.
We're excited to see it. What else is in the news?
Don't what?
Don't look. Don't say look
Look.
to me. Okay, don't piss me off. But I do. I really. That looks really funny and good.
Are you
It
still
looks
mad
good.
at Jack Black?
Yeah, no, I am.
Paul Rudd's not going to cancel that out for you?
No, he's a good Jewish boy. I love him.
Paul Rudd's a good. Yeah, yes, he's good. I also love that the image that Ty first pulled up was the rat. in his
Yeah.
house.
Well, no, the first one was the Anaconda official trailer. Then I pulled it up.
All right, that was good.
Yeah, I got you.
Um,
Watch, probably pulled this up too.
yeah. All right. So,
Hold on. Stall me for a little bit.
yeah. Next big hit of news. So it's funny. This is very comic book centric. The big hyped Marvel versus DC crossover hit comic shop shelves today. If you don't know about this, so I'm gonna pull this up really quick. Marvel versus DC launched their first major crossover event in decades, pitting the Merc with a Mouth, Deadpool, against the Dark Knight, Batman. If you don't know about this, so in the 90s, Marvel and DC did a crossover that was Marvel versus DC. That was, I think, a 3-parter, as well as from that 3-parter came a bunch of little offshoot things that was an amalgamation of the Marvel and DC universe. And then I think, was it last summer that they announced the omnibus came out for the Marvel versus DC thing, and then they announced that they were doing the first major crossover for Marvel versus DC in like I said, in decades. The plot in Deadpool / Batman #1 is Deadpool is hired to take a job in Gotham City, forcing him into a direct confrontation with the world's greatest detective. Not Sherlock Holmes, it's Batman. The creators of the event feature prominent comic writers and artists from both companies. The main story for the first issue is written by Zeb Wells with art by Greg Capullo, while a follow-up story was created by Grant Morrison and Dan Mora. Backup stories of the series also include several backup stories featuring matchups between other Marvel and DC characters such as Daredevil and Green Arrow and Captain America and Wonder Woman. Daredevil and Green Arrow is actually the Kevin Smith story. I think he said it was a little 8-pager. Check out our little interview with Kevin Smith that exists out there on at Deep Rooted Nerdcast, or where you find us on social media. But 2 characters that he's very familiar with. If you guys haven't read Green Arrow, Quiver, or Daredevil, I think did you write Born Again? Diddy's like, comic book talk? I gotta go. Busted. Oh, and you're tripping on stuff? Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
Here
I
comes-
just hit the. I'm so sorry.
You're
y'all.
That's a bigger
Shit.
flop than the Chicago Cubs, am I right?
Oh
Hey, you don't talk
gosh.
shit about the Cubs. We clinched postseason today.
the Cubbies.
We on fire right now. You know.
So yeah, this is a pretty big event. I think Ty, what were you saying that? So I went to Comic Tunes and Toys today. Ty went to
Yeah.
Comic Book Hideout, and both of which mentioned that there were lines.
There were lines
There were
outside
lines.
the shop and down the street. Let me if you want to Nerdsplain
Yeah, go
incentive covers.
Sure, go for it.
Incentive covers are if you order so many of the book, they'll give you one special cover. So if I order 10 books, you'll get the 1 of 10 cover that you could sell probably at a higher price. My local comic book shop ordered 500 copies of the image that you see on the screen.
Yeah.
They were completely sold out. And I was telling Ketsia at $6.99 a pop, that's a lot of shmoney. That was just one variant cover. I am holding the Daniel Warren Johnson variant, which features
DWJ.
like absolute Wonder Woman punching the Thing in the face.
I love that.
There was a Crypto meets Jeff the Land Shark. For those who are familiar with Jeff the Land Shark, if you guys play Marvel Rivals or read the original digital comic series, he's the land shark that hangs out with the Marvel universe. And obviously Crypto, famous for being Superman's pal, Supergirl's pal. There was another cover that featured, I think it was either Rogue and Poison Ivy or Phoenix and Poison Ivy. I got to look that up. But all those covers, a lot of the variant covers were sold out today. And they were saying this was the hottest book of 2025. Like Pablo mentioned, it is going to feature several sideline stories like Daredevil and Green Arrow. They are pairing Black Cat and I think Catwoman together, which kind of makes sense.
Oh, there's a Psylocke and Huntress cover as well.
Yes. There were
Ooh.
so many variant covers, and again, there's probably the one of one. I do see the Huntress and the Psylocke.
There's
cover.
a Hulk and Harley Quinn in a hot dog eating contest.
What?
Fantastic.
And it says Coney Cram.
Oh my god!
Yeah, point
that.
yeah.
Wait, was it? Who was it?
Coney Cram,
No, it's
the
Hulk.
and Harley Quinn. And
Look it
then
up.
there is a Rogue and Poison Ivy cover. Obviously the Deadpool and Batman cover. There's one with Deadpool, Batman, and the Joker. There's one with the Joker shaking hands with Deadpool. There's a lot of different variant covers. It's like somebody listed, I think there's one. I got to pull up this image from, let's look at, there's one of Deadpool holding the Infinity Gauntlet
I did see that.
with a lot of like Marvel and DC characters around him. There's one that's the half Deadpool logo, half Batman logo. You got the the friggin' Daniel Warren Johnson one. Yeah, there's a Captain America Wonder Woman one. There is also just a Deadpool. There's also a Daredevil Green Arrow cover as well from the Kevin Smith story. There's a lot of covers for this. It's $6.99, but yeah, I mean, look, comic shops are cool. Don't get me wrong. I visit at least two or three of them every week, and you know, we're big supporters because most of the times they're small, local owned businesses, and this was kind of an awesome thing to see because it's like, hey, like both of the big publishers are teaming up to do something not just good for the comic industry, but to do something good for small businesses.
Yeah, of course.
And that's exciting to me to say that, wow, there was a line at a comic shop. There's usually a line.
Yeah.
Like if you get there when a comic shop opens, there's like a hardcore fan base that is there
Want
to get
the
incentive
incentive
covers, that are there to get, you know, like maybe not as big of well-known books. But this if you're like drove by a comic shop and you're like, why is there a line of like 50, 60, 70 people? It's because they were all lined up for this like really exciting event of, if you've ever been super nerdy enough, this is like the debate that happens in comic shops across the country.
Mhm.
Who
Of
would
like-
win in a fight?
Yeah, exactly.
This
100%.
guy or this guy?
Exactly right. It's the age-old nerd debate. And if you've ever wondered what would be between Deadpool and Batman, you're gonna get some sort of answer. You know what the correct answer is for that though?
The
Deadpool.
writer.
Who would win in a fight between anybody? It's
The writer.
whoever the writer
100%.
decides.
Stan Lee.
Exactly right.
And I will say too, you know, kind of going back, talking about what comic book shops, what the industry is doing for small business and comic book shops. I will say, comic book stores are getting super creative. I think it's really cool. We kind of talked about this last week that they are doing the DC KO event.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay, you also have pulled in this. Yeah. We talked about it last
We talked
week.
about this last week. My local comic book shop, Comic Book Hideout, actually did it. They did a bracket with actual prizes
Amazing.
Did
of
it, you
who
crazy
would-
bastards.
of who would win between certain characters. It's very similar to like a fantasy football or March Madness type of bracketing system. You can win prizes such as gift cards, comics, all that fun stuff.
I
But
love
check
it.
out your local comic book stores. I know a lot of people are doing events for this special event. And again, going back to the whole idea of like, this is the age-old question of like, who would win between
Who
who?
would win in a fight?
Oh, yeah.
Let me push up my glasses really quick.
Actually,
Who would win in a fight between Deadpool?
Next week on the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, we'll do Hunger Games. Who
Yeah.
will win? Who
Yeah.
survives? Tune in.
I like the way that they did this, and they did the whole printout, and then you could sign up here. Rules and notes: no purchase necessary. Must return completed bracket in the store before round 3. Multiple chances to win round. So they're doing this thing where you're going to win prizes.
Yeah.
So shout out to Comic Book Hideout. Oh, you want to? He's like, I want to see it.
Gimme.
Yeah, I love those debates. I love those nerdy discussions, and that was always the inspiration. I'll tell y'all for the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. I'm like, everything I wanted to do kind of would be the conversation that for me, and for I think a lot of people out there who are regulars at a comic shop, it's like your local bar. It's Cheers. You go to the place where everybody knows your name. You get familiar with the people that work there. They get like suited to your tastes and what you like and whatnot, and they help you discover, you know, new comics and new art and new writers and different things. And then you have those, you know, deep discussions about the shallow things of the world. You get that moment of escapism, where you're like,
100%.
hey, let's just talk about our favorite movies or TV shows, or I like this, I don't like this. And it's cool to see those heated debates about things that are just not so important, that just help us kind of like, decompress for a little, not take our brains out, because obviously I think there's a lot still very intellectually stimulating about comic books, but it does.
No, absolutely.
It's like, it doesn't have the intensity of like the world.
No, but
behind it.
Yeah, and what's cool about this too is, because it's funny that you say that, like there are like constant like Wednesday regulars that I see, like I have not had conversations with, but like we all jumped in when they brought out the giant billboard of like who's gonna win. And I'll be honest, like talk about what we learned this week. There's a lot of DC characters I don't know a whole lot about, and they taught me things. And like I'll tell you right now, like the fan favorite I feel like at that shop is they're saying Plastic Man's gonna take it.
I'm saying
that.
Plastic Man's
he's
gonna
immortal.
take it.
Yeah, let's go, Plastic Man.
I mean, he's going against Lobo. I mean, those are like two heavy hitters right there. But they basically said whoever's gonna get bored first.
I've just been
'Cause-
rage baited. I feel like
I know.
the nerd
How do you
in
think
me
I
just felt
felt?
like,
How do you
think I
what?
felt?
I respect and admire all opinions except for that one. That
Yeah.
one's stupid.
Because I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, he's basically immortal. So is Lobo. And I'm like,
Plastic Man's
Oh.
immortal?
oh.
Yeah, basically, right?
Basically.
All
Like,
right.
again, this is like the real nerdy stuff that I'm not familiar with. 'Cause
Sure.
I don't dwell into a lot of DC, but Pablo's getting mad over there. I'm sorry.
You know what?
He's vibrating.
He's
Shall we move
vibrating.
on to comic books?
Wait, real quick. I wanted
As we're
I
not
wanna say-
already talking about comic books.
I want to say one thing that I know is rage bait.
By all
Okay,
means, rage away.
listen,
Listen.
and I know that this is going to piss you off.
Don't
so
piss
I
me
love
off.
it. I
Do
love
it.
it. I love it.
Do it.
Do it.
Harley Quinn, she's insane. You know what? She goes up against people that have insane powers, and she does not even care. Like, she fucking goes after it, and that
Just
is
a
her
girl with a
superpower.
hammer, man.
She is just, that's her superpower, that she's fucking crazy,
She breaks the fourth wall.
and she breaks the fourth wall, and she's gonna go after it. And I have high hopes for her.
Hey, Pablo.
The Wicked Witch of the East, bro!
You're gonna look at me? You're gonna tell me
You're
that
gonna
I'm
tell me I'm wrong,
wrong?
bro? Grow up,
Grow
bro.
up, dude.
Grow up. That's what I'm saying. That's how how strongly I feel, actually. Wicked Witch.
It's the
You know what I'm
Wicked
saying?
Witch of the East.
And that hurt my neck.
Are you done?
Yeah.
No, I'm not done. I'll
Come
keep
on.
going. No, I'm not done.
Sorry.
Now I'm
wrong
done.
segment.
Today's haul.
No response.
We'll
I'm
make
not-
a whole reel
someone's a
about this.
I'm not even gonna.
We'll make a whole reel about our brackets. Stay tuned. We're gonna be
I'm just
filming
saying
something
that
fun
she's
at the shop.
insane, and you can't take insane people for
From
granted.
comics to comics, let's talk about non-Marvel and DC stuff. Look, we like to bring you accessible and digestible comics you need no prior knowledge or insight to be able to enjoy. We try to feature things outside of the genre of Marvel versus or DC. I'm sorry, see, it's stuck on my brain now. We try to feature things outside of the genres of Marvel and DC because there's already so many talented creators out there talking about that.
Good job.
That just go explore their stuff. But we want to bring you some new #1 comics. Here's some trades and #1 comics that you can walk into your local comic shop and start discovering today. Who wants to start?
I'm having my own debate over here. Sorry. Can't
I can start, Pablo.
Go for it. Go for it. Please save us from this conversation.
Fantastic. Save people from a conversation. My favorite pastime.
About Harley Quinn?
No.
Okay.
Guys, I'm really excited about this week.
All right. No, I picked that book up for him.
Oh, fantastic. No, it's a fun, sexy cover for sure.
It is sexy, yeah.
So yeah,
It's
imagine.
too sexy for Ty. Sorry, I'm. Sounds
I'm
like
30
this is
years
too
old.
sexy for me.
Yeah, this says mature, so Ty can read it now.
Finally,
All right.
guys.
Sorry to interrupt. Go
You're
ahead.
That's insane.
So imagine checking into a luxury Thai resort where the head of security can see everything you do. That's the setup for Vouyer, a brand new comic from Leah Williams and David Baldion at Ignition Press. Hey y'all, I'm Ketsia, aka Kets Checks, here on the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, back at it again with another great indie comic, no prereq to enjoy required. I'll wreck it so you can check it. It's a steamy art heist thriller where Rook, the man behind the cameras, meets Madeline, a guest who not only catches him watching, but decides she wants in on his secret. High stakes, betrayal, romance, and a whole lot of tension. This is White Lotus meets To Catch a Thief and has a scandalous love child with Ocean's 11, and it's out right now. So if you're looking for something little sexy, a little dangerous, and honestly, what's being set up to be an exciting, steamy thriller. You're going to want to sure to pick this one up from your local comic book shop. Vouyer from Ignition Press, from Leah Williams and David Baldion. I wrecked it, so you can check it.
Yes.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
My nipples are really hard right now for some reason. Just poking right through my shirt. Can I see this comic?
Yeah,
Well,
by
I
all
hate,
means.
well, I hate
no.
that.
What? This is a very. I didn't know if we can show any. Oh no, this is very.
No, it's very tame.
Wow.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
very, it's very tasteful, very tame. I
Yeah.
think there's like one bit of it that you're like, okay, there's the mature content,
Like,
but
taste-
like, it's great. It's a very clear setup. Our man watching the cameras is secretly an art thief, and he becomes enamored with our hotel guest Madeline. Basically watching her from his security camera post, while also fulfilling his security duties at this Thai resort. He is also stealing art from the villas. So Madeline is quickly on top of it. Apparently, she knows her art better than most do. And she confronts our security man and is like, you know what? Tell you what, instead of ratting you out since you were going to frame me for art theft,
Yeah.
I actually have a skill set where I'm much better at acquiring fake art than you do. So she's like, I'll help you out, but I want in on the profits.
I
Bubbles licking his lips.
Yeah. Oh.
I love this artwork and the coloring in this book.
Coloring is beautiful, very bold, very dynamic. It's very striking artwork that I think is very attention grabbing.
Yeah, shout out to Ava de la Cruz and World Design did the lettering for this too. Yeah, the art is stunningly beautiful and just like very a la kind of like Michael Turner, kind of a little J. Scott Campbell, but like I don't know, it's got a little bit of style to it, I think. And it is very sexy looking book.
It reads very
Ooh.
like cool and calm. Like truly, when I say that it has like a vibe of Ocean's 11, it feels very much like reading the premise of a setup of a heist. So it's very like direct, it's poignant, it's giving you a little bit of taste of what's to come by kind of showing you a lot. Like I think in that first issue, like it just straight up gives you the premise. I'm an art thief. I caught you. Let's team up. Sex appeal. But it, because it's such like a simple premise, I think it leads to there being an infinitely more elaborate story than just kind of what is presented to you. But in terms of a first issue, I think it does a great job of capturing an audience. It's like, this is what we're doing. This is what we're about. But I promise you, it's not going to be this like clear cut going forward.
Yeah.
I think it just, it reads very well, almost in the way that a pilot episode for any series sets you up for. Like enough to, hey, this is the premise, but like, don't worry, it's gonna get more exciting from here.
Shout out to Ignition Press too, because it's like I don't know if you realize there's the same people who did Murder Podcast, which is a recommendation you did last week as well. So they seem to be coming out with some pretty cool kind of stuff. Yeah, this isn't like, I wouldn't even say this is smutty. It is sexy. But it is classy.
I would say it's more sexy than smutty. I think
Yeah.
it has like PG-13 elements versus like an R-rated vibe to it.
I also love this cover of issue 2 that I can't necessarily show this other thing, but the cover of issue 2 with the stack of the TVs and the different body parts there.
Because if you're stealing art, I can't imagine you wouldn't be stealing something else. Maybe hearts, maybe jewels,
Ooh.
Maybe the family jewels.
maybe the entirety of the Chicago Cubs.
Son of a gun.
Oh my God.
I'm for it. I'm going to definitely check out Vouyer. I love the art. I love the way that this looks, and sold. Kenzie, our in-house sexy comic book recommender.
I know, 2 for 2. Honestly, when we were presented with the comic books, I really do enjoy Ignition Press, so I was immediately
All
drawn
right.
to it. I'm also, I don't know.
There's a book about communism over there. You had to try. You had an
I
option.
flipped
Sexy book or
through.
communism.
You're absolutely right. My options this week were sexy book or communism, and when presented with those 2 choices, I chose the sexy book. What can I say? I'm a sucker. But yeah, check it out from Leah Williams and David Baldion,
That's fair.
Ignition Press.
All right. Ty,
Yeah.
what do we got?
So this is kind of cool. So just a little backstory. So I went to the Zine Fest in LA. I want to say either last year, maybe the year, I think probably last year. One of our favorite publishers, Silver Sprocket, was there with one of my favorite creators, Simon, who's known as Blue Hair Comics, recommended me this book and kind of presented me with, hey, like if you ever feel like you're in a creative rut, I want you to read this book. And I trust them and their recommendations. But let me just introduce myself. My name is Ty from the Deeper Issues Nerdcast and Ty Photography. And if you're looking to respark your creative drive and shoot for the stars, let me introduce you to Left Star and the Strange Occurrence from Silver Sprocket. This delightful comic novel, written and illustrated by Jean-Philippe, invites you into a whimsically surreal world filled with world builders, giant fruit bats, pie makers, birds, and more. Similar to Over the Garden Wall, Adventure Time, and probably Steven Universe. It's a chill and cozy journey that gently reflects the struggle that many artists and creatives all know all too well is being your own roadblock. This novel follows Left Star, who is a creator that can't seem to access the fantasy world they've been building, and they haven't really slept a whole lot. When a mysterious, oversized fruit bat interrupts a routine trip to the post office, Left Star is whisked away into an unexpected adventure to rediscover the joy and purpose of creation and art. What follows is a tender, weird, and wonderful trip that feels like a hug for anyone who's ever felt stuck, burned out, or disconnected from their art. All brought to life with beautiful watercolor-like imagery that feels whimsical yet very, very familiar. Jean-Philippe handles the emotional weight of the creative block with a light touch, mixing humor, fantasy, and introspection in a way that feels both magical and very deeply human. The story resonated me with a lot, and as a gentle reminder that it is okay to reset, get lost, and find your way back through imagination, kindness, and maybe even some pie with friends. Or in my case, sometimes beer. I highly recommend this book if you're looking for a book that speaks to the heart of the creative process, especially when that process feels a bit broken. And for more awesome and witty comic book recommendations, follow me and my crew here at the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. And for more concert and unboxing shenanigans, follow me at Ty Photography. Definitely check out Silver Sprocket. Tell your local comic book shop to stock up. I know Gallery Nucleus has a lot of their books, and I know
Golden Apple
has a lot of Silver Sprocket. I meant to wear my Pee Pee Poo Poo hat because another fantastic title from
Eisner winning Pee Pee Poo Poo.
Eisner winning Pee Pee Poo Poo.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Pee Pee Poo Poo, Eisner winning
Yeah.
Pee Pee Poo Poo.
And also Caroline Cash, who is the creator of Pee Pee Poo Poo, is doing a Bubbling one shot featuring Marceline and Princess Bubblegum through their college years, which I will be talking about pretty soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
How did you love the book? I'm assuming
I love this book, and the reason I was telling Pablo this over the phone, I originally was going to do a Cyberpunk 2077 comic book because I did buy that.
I think I like this better.
I like this a lot better, and this resonated me a lot, especially turning 30, and something Pablo and I talk about a whole lot about finding that creative roadblock and just do art. And there's a quote,
do it, man.
There's a quote in this book. I'm sad I didn't save it, but they're basically saying, do it because you'll never know who's going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that's the whole theme of Left Star is just
I'm a big
this
fan of
world
that.
creator. And that's like, he's been pushing off creating this world. And it's because he's not sleeping. They're not sleeping. They're not finding the passion and creative process that they used to. And Left Star kind of goes on this journey, meets all these whimsical characters, another world builder, spoiler alert. And again, my favorite character, and Diddy's probably favorite character, a giant fruit bat.
Yeah.
So you can't go wrong with that.
I love that.
And
I love a bat. I love a bat.
I love
a good bat.
And the art
I do love a good bat.
fantastic. It's very familiar in terms of like, again, if
The microphone is on your nipple, I'm pretty sure right now.
What are you hearing?
Scandalous.
What does it have to say?
Help me.
Wait, one more time?
Let me out of here. I'm just caught in this shirt. Release me. Free me. No, I'm a big advocate. I love that of like just do kind of thing, like get it out there. That like I think the people that are like the fear of the blank page, I think that's all bullshit. I think like the way that you get over the fear of the blank page is by writing on the fucking blank page kind of thing. And yeah, just do it. Like it's not gonna be great. It's not gonna be like fantastic, maybe the first go round, but in the act of doing is when you discover what you really want to do or get out through that art piece. So if that was the inspiration behind it, like that's fantastic, and I feel like more people should.
Yeah, 100%. And like I'll even read the back. It says a wildly imaginative fantasy graphic novel about the responsibilities of creation, potentially familiar to those who find themselves trapped outside of their own worlds.
I feel like
that hooked me.
Yeah, we have a this. Yeah, we did this on purpose. Again, this thematic thing with Robert Redford, also
Mhm.
discussing, stories of diversity. Look at us go.
Look at
We
us go.
definitely did that.
We did that on
purpose.
purpose. Oh, for sure.
I've been saving this. I've had this in the chamber for a while.
That's a cool book.
Thank you.
And
Can we talk about how I thought it was a self-help book?
I was like, dude, I have a book for you. She was like, oh god. I was like, no, it's like adventure. It's like
Well, it is.
Garden of All.
No.
every book is a self-help book if you want it to be.
Yeah.
That's
Including
absolutely
Deadpool
right.
and Batman.
All right. Last book we'll get to. So this dropped at your local comic book shop today. Creepshow, #1 from Image Comics, and it's Skybound, right? That's the Skybound logo right there, I'm pretty sure.
It is.
If you don't know about Creepshow, the original Creepshow dropped in 1982, directed by George A. Romero, the guy who basically created the modern zombie, with a little film called Night of the Living Dead,
Mhm.
if you haven't heard of it. The stories written by this, at the time, up-and-coming writer by the name of Stephen King, who's actually already kind of a pretty well-established best-selling horror author or writer. He already at the time, he had Carrie, he had The Shining out. Definitely probably the biggest horror writer on the planet. So 2 of these horror masterminds came to make this beautiful 80s horror film. And it's not just one movie. It's actually an anthology. So it's 5 mini movies. The movie has a young Ted Danson, pre-Cheers fame. It has Leslie Nielsen. Yeah, the dude from Airplane, Naked Gun, and Dracula Dead and Loving It. Adrienne Barbeau, Hal Holbrook is in it. And even Stephen King himself in one of the wildest segments of the film. When it came out, Creepshow was just another scary movie. It was a love letter to the horror genre, inspired by 1950s banned horror comics like Tales from the Crypt. The idea was to bring this old school horror comic to life on screen. The movie looks and feels like a comic book with panels, bright colors, and over-the-top effects. It showed fans that horror could be both fun and creepy with a dark sense of humor. Over time, Creepshow has become this classic and has become this cult classic. It's inspired spin-off sequels and even a modern streaming series. In horror pop cultures, Creepshow is remembered as the perfect blend of Stephen King's twisted storytelling and George A. Romero's visual style, keeping the spirit of horror comics alive on screen. So even if horror is not your thing, this movie is a piece of pop culture history. Here's the breakdown according to Image Comics website. Worldwide phenomenon based on the hit Shudder TV series, which kind of pisses me off that they actually wrote it that way. The worldwide phenomenon based on the Shudder TV series. The worldwide phenomenon based on the 1980 film by freaking George A. Romero and Stephen King comes to life in this star-studded 5-issue anthology series that will scare you to death. In the debut issue, Chris Burnham of Die 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 and Nameless terrifies us with a tale of tricks or with a tale of trick or treaters. Sorry, I can't read. Who are taught of what happens when you mess with the wrong house. Then legendary Batman the Animated Series creator Paul Dini is involved in it. Steve Langford and John McCrea of Dead Eyes and Hitman. They petrify us with this party antics of Shingo, the birthday clown, with an appetite for more than cake. Each issue of Creepshow will feature different creative teams with uniquely horrifying standalone stories. Find Creepshow at your local Actually, before I go into that, I just want to read you guys this opening line. By the way, this art was phenomenal, but I love the way it opens up with like your horror host, a la the Crypt Keeper sort of vibe.
Cool.
I know, it is so great. And the first story is actually called Tale as Old as Time by writer Jeremy Adams in this first issue. Eduardo Risso is the artist. Mike Spicer colors. Pat Brosu, Mike Spicer famously working with Daniel Warren Johnson a lot. And then there's another one called The Little House on the left by Rosie Knight, Oliver Ono, and Pat Brosu. But I loved the way that this opened with this creep drinking a martini. And he goes, "Welcome, my poor purveyors of pulp paper. I know you've probably never been to a party like this one you're about to see, but don't be too upset. This type of soiree isn't for everyone. In fact, I'd say it's best to be avoided. You end up here and you'll discover the true meaning of the phrase, eat the rich. But until then, enjoy a tale as old as time." So I'm a big fan of this sort of campy 1950s banned horror comic-esque storytelling. Find Creepshow #1 from Image Comics and Skybound at your local comic shop. Give it a read. Let us know what you think of the comics below. And until next time, that is our haul.
Oh yeah!
We went a little over on time, but it's okay. We did it, y'all. Anything anybody wants to plug before we take this bad boy home? Ty, you got something?
No, I was just.
Oh, I have something I
You
want
have
to plug.
something. You
What
have
the fuck
something.
am I talking about?
Yeah, hold
Yeah.
on.
What do you guys want to plug? Well,
I think you wanted to plug.
myself, maybe Diddy, maybe Ty. Ketsi will be in the desert surrounded by flies.
I'm gonna be in the desert this weekend, baby. You can catch me at Wasteland Weekend.
Yes, we will be at LA Comic Con
Next week.
next weekend coming up, the 26th and the 27th. And then Sunday, I posted this in my stories, and I wish I had a graphic here. But Sunday, that Sunday of LA Comic Con, we will be at the Frida Cinema for the Video Heaven documentary premiere. There will be a physical media swap meet. Myself, us, the Deeper Issues Nerdcast, and Play It by Fear. We will have a little pop-up video store there for you to be able to come and buy VHS tapes. We have a whole bunch of tapes. If you could see this beautiful wall behind Ketsia and Ty, they're not sitting next to each other. They're two separate walls.
That's right.
Two
Two
separate
different
signs.
walls, two
Yeah.
different signs. This isn't the same TV.
This is not the same thing, but we do. That is a personal collection. There are about 2,400 more VHSs that you can feel free to rifle through. We're going to have our little pop-up video store there. We'll be selling videos. We have a few VCRs. If you're like, well, I don't have a VCR. Who has a VCR anymore? We have VCRs. So you can actually, we're going to put together a little bundle of VCRs, VHS tapes. You can have a little starter kit. It's all about physical media, y'all. I don't know if y'all know about this Amazon lawsuit and whatnot, but apparently these digital streamers, they could just take stuff away from you at any point. So it's important to own your media. It's important to own your art. As fans of comic books, we love holding things in our hands, and I'm a huge advocate. This is the vinyl records of film, and the Deeper Issues Nerdcast is going to bring it to you. That's what we have to plug. I think that's what I have to plug.
Oh,
So
yeah.
28th at the Frida Cinema. Come find us at LA Comic Con. Let's create some content together. Let's get into some shenanigans. Let's do some fun stuff. Other than that, where can we find everybody? Diddy?
Not that Diddy on Instagram, and then here at the Deeper Issues Nerdcast.
Ty?
Tie photography, and here at the Deeper Issues Nerdcast.
Ketsia.
You can find me here on the Deeper Issues Newscast. You can also find me on my Instagram at KetsChecks. You can also find me on my Venmo, where you're sending me $1 at Ketsia Abramson. I am making direct eye contact with.
Get out of here with this! This is absurdity.
Nope, never.
Give the woman $1 already.
Give me $1.
She'll give you a foot pic.
No, I won't. Maybe I will. Send me a invoice.
You heard it here first, folks.
Hey,
For
man,
$1.
we're
All
driving with you.
right.
That's the Patreon. You subscribe to the Patreon for that one. Ketsia's feet. My name is Pablo Romero Estevez. Find us here Saturday mornings with Nathan Haskell, Pump 61, talking wrestling. Check us out, Deeper Issues Nerdcast, wherever you find stuff on the media that is social. Other than that, be kind, broad mind, and may all of your issues be comic books.